Good morning, interwebs. I think it's like, oh, it's 5:20 in the evening. I didn't realize it was that late. I am just about to film a Yarn Tales video. Just got home from 4-H song practice where I got to watch uninterested kids uninterestedly sing a song that I was not interested in. Yeah, basically no one wanted to be there, but it was a necessary evil since, you know, they did well enough to move on. And believe me, I am a very supportive parent and I want people to go on, but I would also like them to, like, give a crap that they're doing it, right? So, like, all the areas that my kid has gone on in, she legit cares about, and you can tell, but, yeah, the club stuff, I don't know, whatever. I'm not a big fan of the whole group thing, if you can't tell, especially groups of people who the majority are only going through the motions because it's what you're supposed to do. That just bothers me about people. Anyways, I think I mentioned, yes, I did, that I'm going to film a Yarn Tales video because Steve is sleeping, kids are outside playing. Oh, it's that time of year where they can start going out again till who knows when, and they're very, very happy. I have never particularly cared for this time of year because I don't know, spring, whatever, not my favorite, but all of the other people in my life seem to love it. So between Steve being excited to get his hands back in some dirt and the kids' excitement to go play in the sunshine and the quiet that all of that brings to my life and my house and my head, I'm starting to like spring just because everybody around me seems to like it pretty well. So that's good. Last night, I didn't tell you goodnight, I don't think. I didn't because the battery was dead. That's right. Eventually, I should just get, like, new batteries for my cameras, but I think there's a chance I'm going to have to replace one of them or both of them in the next not too long anyways, because there's some stuff stuck in between the lens. On both of them have dust stuck in the lens, which makes it do weird things, and I've had some other random technical issues that come and go, so I just don't want to invest in batteries if I'm going to have to invest in a whole new thing, right? But I thought I would show you how my blanket's shaping up, because this is what I did last night. I spent so much time yesterday in here organizing and moving things around and consolidating fabric into cabinets so I had more open shelves so that I can spread out, because yesterday afternoon when we came home from the lunch, the letter was in the mail from Tulip Fest that I've been accepted into the show, which is exciting, and there's room in the tent and everything for me, so I'm accepted in the place that I want to be, so I'm going to go do that craft show, so I need to, like, start doing prep for that, and sewing the things for that, and just generally continuing to be excited about that. So I was setting my office up to make that happen. I broke down a ton of interfacing yesterday, which was a bigger task than it seemed, but it'll all be fine in the end. And so last night I hung out and worked on this, which I'm going to assume you can see the majority of. Yeah, it's flat enough. I think it'll be fine once it gets washed. This is a Tides of Change Afghan for myself from the free pattern by Franco Randall, made out of Bernat Mosaic in the optimistic colorway. There, I think that's all the information. Okay, I need to go film this video before the noise comes back in, and then I'm going to probably cut down some more interfacing, because that would be the prudent thing to do and get me on my way. Oh yes, with Steve's birthday, we had a super low-key day yesterday. Nothing super exciting. We didn't even, like, do cake or anything, or Jell-O blocks or Rice Krispies or any of that stuff, but I did make him and I chocolate mug cakes, and so he got to take one to work last night. So we did that, and I put a candle in it and sang to him and all the things before the kids, like after the kids went to bed, before he went to work. So they woke up this morning and went, "Are we having cake for breakfast?" And I'm like, "There is no cake." And they're like, "No, you were eating chocolate cake last night." And I was like, No, I made myself a cake, and I made Steve a cake. There's no cake for the rest of you. But today was baking day, so there's now more Amish friendship bread, and lemon muffins, and a coffee cake, like there was last baking day. So, tonight I'll make biscotti. Okay, Now I'm really gonna go and film videos and cut interfacing. Well, it is about time to go to bed, but I thought I would show you my biscotti. Look at how nice that turned out. I tried to cut it a little thinner than I did last baking day. Using our Amish friendship bread starter, you bake every 10 days. We bought a second container. We're going to start a second one this go round, so we'll be able to bake every 5. And then here is the friendship bread loaves my daughter made. She also made some muffins and a coffee cake. So she's working through things for her 4-H project, and then basically I've agreed that I will make up whatever we don't get done on a baking day when she is working on it. Tonight at midnight marked the beginning of a readathon that I'm taking part in called Buzzwordathon. It's late, y'all. My brain has turned off. Buzzwordathon basically is a readathon where you try and read however much you want to in a week, and you use whatever the buzzword prompt is. This particular go-round runs from the 18th to the 24th, I think it ends up being. Yes, so it's Monday through Sunday, and the theme is who, what, when, where, why, and how. So I have decided that I am going to endeavor to read a book from each of those words. I'm just pulling up the list so I can tell you what they are. 3 of them I'm going to read with my kids. We're going to audiobook probably all of them. But the ones with my kids would be The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, I'll probably do with them. But if not, I'll do that one by myself. And also How to Eat Fried Worms. Then the ones by myself are going to be What Came from the Stars, which is a fiction book. When the Uncertainty Principle Goes to 11, which I'm fairly certain is nonfiction. And also, tonight I began Why We Make Things and Why It Matters, which is not a bad book. And I don't want to make a full review till I'm done with it. I have like an hour left, I think, to listen to. But it's been a very frustrating listen, especially as the book has gone on. It's a memoir, and I'm discovering that apparently memoirs are tough. Strangely, we finished Brown Girl Dreaming today, which was also a memoir, Jacqueline Woodson's memoir, and I loved it, and it was great, and I didn't really have any problems with it. I felt like I understood her and her writing that I'd experienced better, but this particular memoir, this man is, I don't know, perhaps it's generational. He's like old enough to be my dad, and carries a lot of views of a lot of men of his age and demographics that I have encountered in my life, and he does not acknowledge any of those privileges, which, I don't know. We'll see. He's starting to talk about mind mapping and how, your mind works and the things that it does and does not pay attention to. So maybe he'll suddenly, gain some enlightenment. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But I am going to finish the book. I mean, there are some parts of the book that are, just generally good. But overall, there has been this, frustrating thread of the person throughout it. And I would say the narrator, but the book is not read by the author. I wonder, too, if the book was read by the guy who wrote it, if it would feel less frustrating. I don't know. Well, I'll have to try out more memoirs and see. But so far, I think that is a key. If the memoir is read by the author, there's, I don't know, a level of authenticity that is brought to the story. Anyways, I'm going to go to sleep. Manelia is just sneezing again. She was quiet all night, no sneezes. And I pick up a camera, and the sneezing begins. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.